Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames, and we are back baby with another banging video. So if you're new or returning and you haven't subscribed us yet, like come on, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell and join the family. While you're at it, give this video a big beautiful thumbs up and you know the rest to do. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about DDG and his newfound love. India Love? Is that her name? Let's talk about it, shall we? Because as you guys know, DDG, they were out there in Italy, so too Halle Bailey. Now, there's a little clip that is going around of DDG and India Love where critics say that they believe India is tired and annoyed of DDG, and as such, many critics believe that she really can't stand this man and she's about to just leave him any day now because India Love is just about her money, and then she will be on to the next thing before you know it. That's what critics believe. But let's take a look at this clip together without my voice, and then I'll get back with the rest of my comments.
No, I do. I just got to get another one. It's just not like cut up.
My joke's not hitting tonight, is it?
So guys, that's what critics have been talking about. They're saying just by the look on India's face, you could tell that she's just annoyed of this man and she's gonna be done with him anytime soon. Or maybe not. Sometimes these people tend to have the tendency to prove a point, and because they want to prove a point so badly, they'll rather suffer in an unhealthy relationship. But knowing India Love, because I've been looking around and I've been looking at what people have been saying about this girl. She's all about her money. But at the same time, I mean, DDG may want to give her money just to keep her around, or he may find the need to want to upgrade because I hate to do this because I do see people as people, right? But while we're all human beings, sometimes, there's some of us, we choose to live a better, healthier lifestyle. Like we choose to be the best version of ourselves. We choose to be decent, law-abiding citizens. We choose to drink water and mind our own business and just to have a very good, clean reputation, not sneak around the bushes and mess into other people's business that doesn't concern us and all those things, and not be toxic and not be messy. So when you look at India Love tends to give that toxic kind of girl because I hate to do this, but when you look on the internet, people tend to have this thing that they say about her. She's all about her money, and wherever the money is, that's where she's gonna go. And I'm gonna say this. I mean, you can't blame the girl. Times are really hard, and whatever floats her boat, I'm definitely here for it. So if she wants to ditch DDG because she is finding money elsewhere and she finds him to be annoying, life is too short to be annoyed with anyone, And again, DDG is not going to get from India Love what he would get from a Halle Bailey. Even though he tried to paint Halle to be like mentally unstable, mentally unwell, and there are some weaklings, because that's what you call men, a man who loves to sit around and prey on women, watches every woman move, repeats everything that he hears a woman talking about. Those men are what you call bitch ass niggas. And when you see men like those, no decent women are going to stay with them. Men like those tend to suffer, and they suffer a lot. So the men in the comment section who were using that to say, but DDG did show those messages. Y'all are bitch ass niggas. That's what you are. Bitch ass niggas. Because if you lack common sense, if you lack the decency to not understand what postpartum depression is and how that girl has been saying to that guy, you're hurting my feelings, stop. And you think that you are trained to mentally diagnose someone when you're not, you're bitch ass niggas. And I say that with absolutely no apologies. So you bitch ass niggas in the comment section talking about the text messages were there. Hello. Yes. But why are you choosing the ones that where she's saying she's going to hurt herself, but you're not choosing to look at the ones where she was telling him to stop doing this? You're hurting my feelings. You see, some men, they don't get it. They don't get it. They really don't get it. So the point is, DDG is going to realize that indialove doesn't bring any lux or luxury to his life. And let me tell you, Halle is a damn huge gap for any woman to fill, because Halle is spirituality. Halle understands who she is. She knows what she's about. Have you guys ever listened to that girl, just how well spoken she is? And when you listen to her, just listen to Halle even when she sings. Do you know that it is difficult for when you're singing to pronunciate and enunciate with extreme perfection? And every single conductor, every single artist, every single musician have always given Halle a perfect score when it comes to not just her vocals, but how she enunciate, pronunciate. It's a rare, unique talent. So what is that telling us? She's a woman of grace. She's a woman of class. She's a woman of standards. She's a woman of beauty. She's in tune to her spirituality, and you can tell. So you see that little game that DDG played with those text messages, and he thought that it would have worked because that's what weak men do, They tried it because they're not so smart. So what they do is that they go for the lowest of the low, because if you had those text messages for so long and it appears as though the mother of your child is so unwell, why do you continue to bring to her drama, pain, insults? It means that you're far even worse than what you're painting her to be. And it's not Halle who needs the help. It is you who needs the help. That's what you call gaslighting narcissism 101. And this is why he's not going to work with indialove. If you notice how Ruby Rose talks about DDG, he did the same thing to Ruby Rose as well. And if you look at how he interacts with his mom, you see men like these that their family enabled, they will never be good product of society. He will make money, but he's going to find himself in a consistent spiral. Like, he's going to go around in circles, because if you notice, DDG does make good money. But does he make good decisions with that good money? Absolutely not. One primary example is when DDG was showing the internet, I think, and I'm going to go on record to say this, because remembering that, I can tell you for a fact that DDG has some psychological disorder. It could be just narcissism. But I remember DDG showing the internet that his leg was swollen, and when he puts his finger on his leg, it leaves an indent. And he's saying he doesn't know what's wrong with him. And DDG has good money. DDG knew darn well that that was a heart problem. He knew darn well that his body was signaling him to go see his doctor because he knows that that's not the first time that that was happening to him. But instead of him going to the doctor and ensure that whatever is going on with his arteries isn't getting worse, which could lead to fluid in his lungs and a bunch of other things, what did he do? He came and he was praying. He was trying to manipulate the internet into feeling sorry for his ass. And people were like, but you know you have a problem. Why are you showing that on the internet before you take it serious and go get some help? So you see, even though he has money and he has good money, he consistently chooses to walk around and be a jackass. You know why he chooses to be a jackass? Because he has a group of family members that keeps enabling that bad behavior. You can tell when a man has females in his family enabling bad behavior. They feed these men into, oh, you're not doing anything wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And you know what happens to those men? They find themselves becoming worse and worse individual until something truly horrific happens to them. And then the family, they sit around in a circle and they're like, you know what? We shouldn't have done that. You know what? We should have taken a stand at that point in time. And you know what? We should have let him know that he was wrong there. You know what? We should have pushed him to get some help. You know what? We should have this. And they should have 101 things when they are 10 or 20 years too late. Oftentimes, people choose to consciously breed viruses, men like DDG, on themselves. Did you see how DDG grabbed that thing out of his mom's and on social media on a live stream? That's because they keep enabling the bad behaviors. And this is how you have men who tend to act like boys, because when they overstep their boundaries, when they spy on other females, when they start targeting other females, when they start stalking females, when they start disrespecting females, the females in their family encourages the behavior, and as such, they feel comfortable and they see absolutely nothing wrong. They're like, but I never did anything wrong. And another prime example of such male is Sean Diddy Combs. You have to be very careful if you have a man like that in your family. Nip it in the bud early. Do not enable those psychological disorders, because they are all psychological disorders that can turn out to be a very, very dangerous thing. So, men like DDG are men that every woman should be cautious about. So as such, indialove is not going to stay with this guy. She's going to ditch his ass, because indialove does not give slow nor stupid, in my opinion. She gives calculated, and it seems as though she has a calendar in her head, and once that time is up, she's going to be gone from this guy. But that's just my 2 cents on the matter. Let me know what's your take. While you're at it, do all you need to do on this video. Peace